Hi everyone, and welcome to your pre-recorded video for this week. I am excited to be sharing with you a fun bundle called the All Aflutter bundle. And for all of my butterfly enthusiasts, I should say, this is definitely one that you would definitely want to have. The punch does indeed punch out all three of the butterflies at once. And all of these stamps are also connected so that you stamp all three of them at once as well. So it makes it paired together really, really nicely. So I'm live with you on a pre-recorded video, I should say, because I am out of town for the weekend. I went with a friend of mine, and we are going up to the UP for a few days. And so I wanted to make sure that you still had some inspiration and some fun things to see and all that wonderful jazz since I can't be live with you. Now, the paper that I used for all of these projects, I'm not going to go into detail and show you all of it because I've shown you it before. This paper is slowly becoming some of my favorite designer series paper in our current catalog. It is called the Everyday Essentials, and it is just that. This paper goes with so many different things. It really truly is an everyday essential, just like a pair of black pants might be. The essentials of what you need. This paper I'm finding is one that can be used with so many different things, and it paired really nicely for me in creating these cards that I'm going to be sharing with you here today. So let me get all of my cards out of the way because I don't want to give it all away for you guys to see everything right at the very beginning. But again, this is the bundle. I think it's like $38.50 or something like that, and it is currently available in the catalog. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to be creating with you guys today is this one right here. Now, this card uses some of the scraps of the designer series paper. And the neat thing is with stamping these cute little butterflies, what I did is I stamped the outline in black, and then I stamped the solids right here using Daffodil Delight. So that the neat thing is that then you don't have to color them. You just stamp it, and it adds the color to all three of those butterflies all at once. Pretty gosh darn cool, right? So we are going to start with the card base for this card, which is the Lost Lagoon. And then I'm going to add a layer of basic white that is cut 5 1/4 by 4. So if I make a lot of mistakes on my video, I'm going to tell you guys to grant me grace. It is literally 10:50 on Wednesday night that I am recording this for you guys, but I just want to make sure that you guys have some fun things before I leave and do my fun things. All right, so these little strips of paper are 1 inch, maybe they're 1 1/4, probably 1 1/4 by 4, and then they are going to go behind the crumb cake that you see right here as well. So I'm just going to put all of these together onto the little strips, and then they're going to get adhered down to my card. So let me do my last one. This is the paper that I really, really like. This one might be a little bit too big. I think it is. I'm gonna have to cut that one down. Well, you'll get the gist of it here. This one's a little too big. I need to cut it down on the one side, but that happens. So pretend that it's cut down. We are going to glue all of these down to the card, okay? Again, you can mix and match and use any of the scraps that you would like to use for your card. And then I'm going to actually put this one over here and the flower one in the middle, but I'm not going to glue that down because, like I said, we're going to trim that down just 1/4 inch, and then that one would get put down in here. And then literally all I did was added some of those fun little butterflies to the card. So I have all of my little things punched out and in a little baggie so that I don't have to lose them. But here you can see the flower, or actually I'm going to hand this off to Jen to cut it for me because she is still here too. We're burning the midnight oil, getting everything out. So also, if you did my recipe book, Just a 1/4 of an inch on that side, Jen.
Side?
Yep, long side. Those are shipping out tomorrow too. So recipe books are going out. But here you can see how awesome that is. All right, so now we can add this one down. So it's just a 1/4 of an inch too big, but that's okay. We are all fixed and all better now. And then that is gonna go right here into the middle. And then we're going to add the butterflies on with some dimensionals. So you can see here they're yellow, and it just gives that just enough pop of color to really make these stand out so nicely. So I'm just gonna turn them over. We're gonna add a dimensional to them. I'm actually going to cut some of the edges off of this because that's what I have in front of me, and I am going to use them up. So I'm just going to add one here, and last but not least here. And then these just go down on your card wherever you want to put them, really. So pretty. My card says, "You are so appreciated," which I love that. Let me move my butterfly out of the way. There we go. So "You are so appreciated," and that is stamped in the Lost Lagoon ink on a 1/2 of an inch strip of basic white. And that's just going to get put in here. I did use dimensionals as well for this. So I'm going to add a dimensional here and one over here. And then added a little bow to the card. Okay, now for the sake of time, I am not going to do my bows. You guys have all seen me do plenty of bows. I am going to add my rhinestones. Rhinestones just kind of make these butterflies pop. So I am going to add a little rhinestone to the center of my butterfly bodies here. And if you wanted to, you could even add more of these little ones to the entire body of it. I'm just adding it to the middle. And look at how that just made that kind of pop. Okay, so again, the only thing that I did that I'm not going to do on tonight's video is the bows, but you can see how cute and pretty that card came together using that paper. Isn't it neat how you can get a different look just by changing out where you put the designer series paper? I love it. Okay, the next card that I'm going to showcase for you guys uses probably my favorite piece of designer series paper in this entire pack of everyday essentials. And it is this pretty flower paper. This time though, to get my yellow butterflies, I actually stamped onto Daffodil Delight cardstock using Memento black ink. And that way I was able to get the look of the yellow without any of the 2-time stamping, okay? So another little different approach to it. So for this card, I'm going to use my basic white for the card base, and then I have a layer of the Misty Moonlight for my 5 1/4 by 4 piece. That's going to go right down on top of this like that. And then we're going to add a little piece of that pretty designer series paper. Just going to glue it right down here. Then I added a strip of that really pretty gingham yellow. I think it's Daffodil Delight in there. So we're just going to add this down here to my card. And then this little strip right here is just going to get adhered right along the edge here, like that. Using our stylish shapes, we cut out one of them using the Bubble Bath cardstock. And then we stamped the Fluttering By to say hi. And that is going to go on with some dimensionals here too, just a couple of them. You can see how quick and easy these cards come together. And then my 3 butterflies, and again, these were stamped all at the same time and punched out all at the same time. So that's what makes that bundle really, really cool, is that you're able to do that all at once. You don't have to do them all individually. We're going to add dimensionals to these, and how fun. I also, while I'm doing this and you guys are kind of watching me, I want to thank all of you that either came to my in-person BOGO sale, purchased from my BOGO sale online. My sale was a huge success. A lot of amazing products went home with so many of you, and I am so glad about that. And if you did my online BOGO sale, you'll get the stuff will ship next week if you're going to be having it shipped. I know some of you are scheduling local pickup, and we'll coordinate that next week, but I want to thank so many of you for that. It's always nice to get my shelves refreshed with new stuff so that I can continue to create for all of you. Let me use the one I've been using. I can continue to create for you guys with new stuff, and it's nice that my gently used stuff is going home to continue to see some love. So again, I appreciate so many of you that take the time to come to that. It is, I think, a good win-win for both of us, actually. Okay, the final thing on this card then is to add the little bow. Again, made a bow with a glue dot, added it on there with a glue dot, and you have another cute little card. Okay, so that is card number 2. The next card I'm going to share with you uses some more bubble bath and uses more of that pretty rose colored paper. Look how pretty that is. And this time the butterflies are stamped using Lost Lagoon ink. So my card base for this one is the bubble bath, and then I have a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 of the Lost Lagoon that is going to go right on the top of this. So you can see how fun that designer series paper played into these cards. I have a piece right here of that beautiful rose paper that we used on that very first card, and this is going to get adhered down. And then I have a little piece of the pink. This is that pink paper. It is designer series paper. You could use the other side, but I wanted a splash of color to kind of tie in that really pretty bubble bath, okay? And you can kind of put this anywhere you want. And then I have a square of the basic white. Let me finish cutting up some dimensionals here. And this I did put on with dimensionals. So I'm gonna add a dimensional to all 4 of these corners here, like this. And that's gonna go on to the center of my card. And then my butterflies simply went on the top of this. So this is gonna go over here like that. Let me bring it down a little bit more. There we go. And then we have those really pretty butterflies that are all stamped in, you guessed it, using the Memento black ink for the outline, and then using Lost Lagoon for the actual color. And we're just going to add, again, a dimensional to these. That one there, and this one here. Now my sample, I did not put them on with dimensionals, but I wanted to put these on with dimensionals and give it another little pop. Whoops, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was out of the camera on you guys there a little bit. Okay, so these I'm putting on with dimensionals, just like I said, to give it a little bit of a pop, and added the little friend. And this is cut for the stylish shape as well. And that I'm just gonna adhere straight across and put onto my card like that. Final thing is, you guessed it, we added those rhinestones. So let me bring my little strip of these rhinestones back in here. And we are going to add rhinestones. I really like the rhinestone look to the centers of the butterflies. It just kind of makes them really pop. I love that look. All right, and there you have that one, guys. The 3rd card for you tonight. Okay, my 4th card looks a little like this. And again, more different colors of using that awesome designer series paper. So for this card, I chose to use Misty Moonlight for my card base. I have a layer of, I think this is the Daffodil Delight, I think. Daffodil Delight. And the other thing is, you guys, I am starting to use some more of the 2-tone cardstock for my mats. I'm able to keep my classes a little bit more cost effective and not have to raise prices. And it's a great value because I'm able to get more when it's cut 4 by something or whatever. So the 2-tone cardstock comes in 12 by 12. And I think that it is a really good use of the cardstock, especially when I don't necessarily like it for the card bases. I'm going to continue to use that. But for a layer like this, no one's going to know that it's a two-tone cardstock and it's a little bit of a lighter weight or anything like that. And so like I said, it does make things more cost effective. And so you're going to slowly start seeing me transition some of my layering pieces over to using the two-tone cardstock, okay? And then, as you guys know, the price of everything's going up. So again, I'm just trying to maximize. And, you know, I look at it like this. You know, we all only have so much discretionary income in a month. And I want to still be able to provide you guys with some great crafting and creating kits and things like that. And so that is where I'm trying to make it beneficial to both of us, that it's cost effective for you, and yet still, you know, a way for you to create and craft and me not have to raise my prices too much. I know I did put twine on that one, but this one I'm not, because again, I don't think it necessarily needs it. I think it's kind of pretty enough. Oh, there's my other little butterfly. Good. So which one do I need for that one? This one. Okay. So these two butterflies are stamped in black. Now you can add color to them if you want to. And I will tell you that yes, this is a class available for purchase. I should have mentioned that. Usually all of my classes that I showcase on my Facebook Lives or on any of my recorded videos are available for you to purchase, okay? One of the things that I will be doing this weekend while I am out of town is I will be working. I will be working a little bit doing some Stampin' Up stuff, because we're planning to just hang out in our little house that we rented, and our Airbnb house that we found up there. And we're going to just do some crafting and do some fun things. So not every day is going to be being gone the whole entire time, but we're looking forward to actually being able to create. We packed some things to do. We're going to be creating a fall class, so be on the lookout for that. I'm planning to do a fall craft along, which I know I've been doing a couple of them, and I've had some really good feedback from all of you, so I appreciate those of you that do that. And then also be on the lookout for a Winnie the Pooh album class. I'm going to be finishing designing that, and that I'm really looking forward to as well. So we've got some fun things that we're going to be doing while we are up there, up in the UP of Michigan. So it's about a 4-hour drive from where I live to where we are going, but we're really looking forward to it. So, okay, and I'm going to put, this is going to be a bigger one, but I want to use the whole strip up. So anyway, there we have it, you guys. Another fun card using those beautiful butterflies and that fun paper. All right, I have one more card to share with you here before I bring all of these back in for you to look at. And it is this one right here. Again, fun little different kinds of layouts using just little pieces from that designer series paper. So for this card, I used, again, the Lost Lagoon. And then I adhered a strip of this paper all the way right across the outer edge of this. You can see that I also have a little pink strip on it, which I'm just going to adhere that down after I glue this main piece down. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to this, and then this is going to get adhered down to my card like that. And then I'm just going to add some adhesive along the edge here, just a little bit. It's probably easier to add this directly onto my piece of paper here. And then I'm just going to cover it up with this. Okay. It's okay if you went over a little bit, because you're also going to be putting on some of this designer series paper as well. So lots and lots of fun with this one. And I probably should have layered it a little bit different, but it's okay. You'll get the gist of it here. I'm just going to do it like that. And if you have adhesive where you don't want it to be, the neat thing is it rubs right off. I mean, literally, you saw me just rub that right off there. Okay, so this one I have Thinking of You Today, Friend. And so here it is. And it's on a 1/2 inch strip of paper. And this I'm just going to adhere directly down. So Thinking of You Today. And then Friend. Oh, I got that a little crooked, but oh well. It's a card, right? They're all not going to be perfect. And this is going to go over here like that. And then I have one butterfly, and again, it's just stamped in black here. And that is going to get put onto my card. You can see this one, I added a little bow there. I'm not gonna do that on this one. And then we added some rhinestones. So I'm going to bring this in here, and I'm gonna add a couple of rhinestones to my card down here. And you can add them wherever you want. Again, I'm gonna add one to the center of the body there. And voila, add a little bow there, and you have a really fun card. So let me bring in all of my cards here that I shared with you on your pre-recorded video this week for July, what is the date tomorrow? 8th, 9th? I even forget, you guys. I think it's the 9th. Again, this is a class that is available for you to purchase if you are so inclined to do so. And the link will be available hopefully this weekend. I have a whole list of things. I spent 8 hours over 4th of July weekend, you guys, getting organized and doing some of what I call my systems. So I'm really excited about it. And so hopefully I can keep myself a little bit better organized. I shouldn't say I'm not organized. Part of it is lack of time to keep organized when I've been so busy at my work and putting in so many hours. But hopefully we get my new person hired in the next couple of weeks for the person who resigned on Memorial Day. And I'm looking forward to being able to have that person start to get trained and take some of the work off of my plate. So anyway, thank you guys all so very much for joining me tonight. I will be live with you all and back with you all next Thursday. So enjoy, have a great weekend. Hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you guys back here next week. Bye everyone.